Today, let's talk about the pains of the post-production workflow. That was really hard to say. Hey, what's up guys? My name's Tobias from Lit Video Productions. We make epic videos for epic companies. And today, on week 4 of our vlog, that I'm forcing myself to do, I'm gonna talk about post-production, some of the joys of it, and some of the cons. And I gotta remember not to move and not to shake. That's gonna be the hardest thing. It's one of my challenges today, and I'm already moving. Never put talent in a chair that can move in. Oh, and we're wireless too on the mic, so I can go all the way around. So, post-production. You know, the other day, actually yesterday, I was working on a piece, just finishing it up. Spent the morning just kind of doing some ties together. Got it to a point to do export, did the export, took lunch. Came back after lunch, watched the export, and then of course it's, oh man, let me fix this. It was something small, like I didn't bring audio levels up between people talking, little things like that where it's like, all right, let me go back in and work on it. So I was planning on being done and working on to the next project, but instead I got stuck doing a few extra hours, I guess just to stay stuck, I don't know. But a few extra hours on that project to finish it up, export it again, and then go through the process of uploading it, letting clients see it, all that kind of good stuff. But one thing I want to talk about with post-production is like that kind of unforeseen and how nobody appreciates. Sometimes it takes a few exports to kind of find everything, figure everything out, and even still things will slip you. You gotta think like we're doing so much. I mean, we're shooting it, coming up with a concept, we're cutting it together. And then when we're in post-production, we're worrying about the content, what's being said, how it looks, what cuts we're using. And then we have to like color correct it all. We have to have a final look that we're gonna do. Doing a grade, making sure that that doesn't get too grainy on any shots and they might need to be looked at a little more. We got our audio levels that we need to do, consider the music that's gonna be to it and cut to it. And so there's like just so many variables. And then you get into exporting it and what platforms is it gonna be on? What format does it need to be in for them? So there's just so many variables, and sometimes you have to export multiple versions just to meet the demands of each different platform that you're going to be hosting the video content on. And sometimes what device are they using to then use applications to, it's just like, oh my, it's so complicated. It could be simple, but why would it be? If it was so simple, anybody would do it. But let's get back to post-production workflow. So there's all that's involved. And I always find that if I think we can do it in 8 hours, it takes 16. If you don't think you can do it in 16, it's gonna take 32. For some reason, there's just unknowns, but it's also sometimes you work on something and it's just, I worked on a piece the other day and I had music and I edited it and I was putting B-roll in and I was getting people's audio bites together, and I took lunch, went for a walk, came back and scrapped that music and put in a different track, which actually was better, matched the piece better. But I actually, you know, it was just part of the process. Was I still had to go through, find another track of music, download it, bring it in, try that out. I always normally do about like 5 different tracks, and I'll find one out of the 5 that I download that I want to use. So I did that, and it's just showing that it's just such a process to it, you know, and to sometimes find and then started cutting to that music using the existing things I had, just with that track, and then, you know, you use that as your guide going through it. So another part of our post-production workflow is just file storage, and this is something I'm still trying to figure out. And eventually, I guess we'll get a RAID system. You know, that's the way to go. Is it a RAID 2, a RAID 6, a RAID, definitely not RAID 0, because we RAID 0 right now. But there's all these different backups that you can do. And currently, what I'm doing is I have 2 4 terabyte drives, and I just save my content on both of those. So I work from one on this computer, I work from that, some projects on the other one on this computer, but as far as all my media, it's all doubled up and stored on everywhere. Now I do still have some other 1 terabyte drives that have older projects or stuff, but I've decided instead of having like a big music catalog, it makes more sense just to download tracks for that specific project and keep it in those folders so that we're not getting any misconnection issues, or you gotta make sure you have different drives hooked up, or you can't change systems or whatever. Everything's then contained in the project folders. And you know, they're MPEG, we use MPEG 3, so it's a smaller file, and it sounds fine. So, you know, just that goes in there. Same thing though with like any logos I'm using. Originally I was gonna have just a master logo folder. That was the plan, but then as we started working on multiple machines and all this, it was like, all right, no, once again, makes more sense just to keep it with the project, even though I might have a redundancy happening. Now I have a client folder and that has their logo in it, so that's that way, but if it's a, you know, a one-off or someone that's just only gonna do 1 or 2 videos, I'll just keep everything in their folder. And as our relationship builds, then assign more space to them or reorganize how we do that. And that's the thing is, we're just constantly trying to figure out what's the best way to go about it, the safest way to go about it, so that we know that we have backups in place so that just in case you have another version. And then just figuring it out the more you go and getting into writing bigger files, and it just feel like I'm just constantly filling up space and then working on stuff. How long do I hold on to stuff for? I mean, we're digital hoarders, right? We just hold on to stuff forever. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of talk a little bit about post-production, rant on about it. What are some things about post-production that you've noticed and then changed in your habits to make sure that you had it better? I mean, I'm still figuring out where the best place is to write the cache drives. Is it better to have it on the machine so that it works faster? You know, what's more efficient? Right now, I currently use USB-C or USB 3.0 ports. So that's the speed that we're able to work at in HD. I've only started dabbling in 4K a little bit. So far I haven't had any issues, but it's been very simple edits, not too much going on. So yeah, leave in the comments below anything about your post-production workflow that's working for you or you're having trouble with. I mean, it's one of these things that nobody has all the answers. We're always constantly figuring anything out, and that's part of the thing about being a community of creators, is that we all have this similar issues to deal with and figure out. So yeah, go ahead, give us a subscribe if you want to hear more kind of content like this. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Tobias from Lit Video Productions. We make epic videos for epic companies. Until next time, have a great day and may your week be epic. Cheers. Oh yeah, give us a like. One more time with the share.